We all know that sales is just half the battle in construction. Then it's time for production to actually produce the work and deliver the same rinse and repeat client experience and quality every single time. So as soon as that contract is signed, it's going from sales to production. Now, when you're looking at sales and production, specifically in JobTread, I've seen it a variety of ways. I've seen people use the customer compounds as their sales, and then the production goes into the job pipeline. For me personally, I love to have it all in one. So I like to have my sales to my production all in one pipeline in the jobs module. All right, so I would have my sales, then the first one after estimate signed would be pre-construction, right? We want to go through permits, scheduling, and then it's go to work in progress, quality control, and then completing closeout, and then follow-ups for things like warranty and whatnot. All right. Now, when you're looking at production, of course, you have multiple aspects here, right? You're going to have your internal team, maybe admin for scheduling. You could have some in-house labor. You could have vendors or subcontractors. So the biggest thing is we want to make sure we focus on optimizing this process for each one of our core services. So even with all the variables and differences, we can keep it as close as possible to a rinse and repeat process. So what I like to do is map out each one of the core services, right? And what that looks like. From there, what I like to do is use to-do templates or schedule templates to make sure that each one of those jobs has a rinse and repeat process, no matter how different they are, right? So basically, when we go into pre-construction, who is responsible for material ordering, scheduling, getting in contact with all the vendors and subs and making sure that they have access to everything that they need in their vendor portal. From there, we want to make sure that we're using schedule templates, to do templates, and then importing those into the job and then basically manipulating them as needed based on the difference is in their job and schedule for that project. When we're going through production, I think the biggest thing to do is review each of your core services and identify where there's any bottlenecks. Maybe it's having vendors or subcontractors on the same page. Maybe it is ordering the materials. Maybe you're noticing there's a lot of change orders and we're dealing with scope creep a lot and we're trying to avoid that so you can focus with something like that on the front end. So go through the production, go through your material ordering, go through your scheduling, going through, assigning tasks, doing daily logs for your vendors, for your internal labor, identify where those weaknesses are and how you can optimize those processes to make sure that the production is just as good as the sales process. You nail both of those, that's 5-star quality every single time. All right, enjoy, and we'll be talking about more processes here shortly.